Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't already, please consider subscribing. And let's not do that. So let's start over. Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and helping us feed a hungry hippo. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up while you're watching. Today, as you can probably tell by the thumbnail and the title, we're going to talk about a subject that comes up all the time. Resellers are often accused of stealing from the poor, of being capitalist pigs, of being terrible people who take food out of the mouths of babies. And the truth of the matter is, we're actually pretty awesome. And I've got 10 reasons we're going to talk about today that resellers are really cool. We're awesome. We contribute to the earth. We contribute to the community. We contribute to businesses all over America. There are a lot of things that resellers do that is actually pretty cool. And folks just can't see past their hatred of something that is different, or maybe they're salty because they have a job and we don't. We're going to get into all of that in just a second. I want to talk to you about what started the idea of this video. This is actually going to be 2 videos back to back. We're going to do the 10 reasons resellers are actually awesome today. And tomorrow I'm going to talk to you about 10 ways that resellers can kind of stop doing certain things maybe, or start doing different things that can just negate the bad press that we get and help people to see us in a better light. But, you know, this has been a topic, like I said, that comes up all the time in the reselling community. In fact, when I used to do weekly live shows every Friday, one of the very last questions I asked every guest that came on this channel was, how do you respond, or how do you feel about people who say that resellers steal from the poor and that we're doing a disservice to the community at large? And I always like to get other people's viewpoints on that. What made me decide to do these 2 videos is a comment that I received recently. I actually received it on this little short video I made. It's just a short on YouTube, or a reel on Instagram is what they're called. This is actual footage of me at the thrift in the background behind Will Ferrell there, flipping through the jeans. This is me at the thrift store. I'm recording what I thrifted. And then it says, you have inventory at home, you don't need to thrift. And it's Will Ferrell singing He Doesn't Care. It's actually a pretty funny reel. It's pretty cute. I thought it was pretty clever. Sometimes I try to be funny. And one of the comments I received on it was not so nice. It has since been deleted. Now, I don't know why this person decided to delete their comment. It's been up since Monday, and today is Thursday, September 12th is when I'm recording this. It was up last night. There were a couple responses to this comment, one in clear defense of myself and then one in defense of resellers in general. And the comments were really good, the responses. I don't know if this person came to their senses and deleted their comment because other folks were responding and he wasn't getting the response he wanted. I think a lot of times when people who don't like resellers or want to call us out for being bad people comment on our videos, they expect others to dogpile us. They want other people to jump in and join the fight and agree with them. Yeah, they're horrible people. They're terrible. Grab the pitchforks. We meet at dawn. And no one did that. So I don't know if that's why he deleted it, or maybe it's because it's all over social media. I did screenshot it and share it on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm going to read it to you. His name is Nathaniel Anderson 8753. Hi, I'm going to tell people what your name is because you left a comment on a public YouTube. You left a public comment with your name and your photo. Even though you've since deleted the comment, I feel like because you made it, you really can't expect any sense of privacy, right? So hi, Nathaniel. I'm going to read your comment to everybody. Damn. Buying all the clothes and selling them when there's low-income families could benefit greatly from having access to cheap clothing for their children. Resellers suck. Well, you know, Nathaniel, I didn't buy all the clothes. I did leave some behind. In fact, I probably came home with maybe 300 pieces, and there was still a store full and a warehouse full. But we'll get into that, because we're going to talk about sustainability and how resellers are really awesome because we keep things out of landfills. But before we get into that, I also want to address that me buying women's jeans and plus size jeans isn't hurting low income families who are trying to shop at thrifts for their kids, because I don't know about y'all, but I don't know any kids that are wearing women's jeans. But hey, maybe that's just me. But I didn't buy the whole store. Maybe I should aspire to buy a whole store. If I could buy out an entire thrift store, I could be busy for quite some time, just listing from my office and minding my own business. Something you should probably do, Nathaniel. Mind your own business. But since you didn't, we're having this talk today. And this might be a good talk for everyone, because we're going to talk about 10 reasons resellers are awesome. 10 reasons we don't suck. And maybe you guys need to hear this today. The number one reason resellers are so cool is because we keep things out of the landfill. Believe it or not, Nathaniel and other haters of resellers, no matter how much resellers buy, the thrift stores are still sending thousands of pieces to the landfills every day, every week, every month. No matter how much we buy. Thousands of resellers, thousands upon thousands of resellers exist and resell on hundreds of platforms and in various ways all over America, Canada, the UK. We exist everywhere. And yet so many items still go to the landfill. There is so much clothing and waste and excess out there. We're just doing our part, dude. We're just trying to help. In fact, there is so much excess and waste that there are some thrift stores who have to send stuff to the landfill before it even gets a chance to go out on the sales floor. There's so many pieces of clothing and just so much stuff donated all the time that they get overwhelmed. They get too full. Their warehouses can't handle it. They don't have enough employees. And they'll send bales of stuff to the landfills that never even had a chance to see the sales floor or be on a rack for me or low-income family to look at and have a chance to buy. Do you see what I'm saying? The reason the thrifts around here do their 99-cent day is because they have too much. They have too much. Clothes that sit for X amount of time, they all have a different system and different color-coded tags, but they do have a system. After X amount of time, it's 50% off, and then it's 99 cents, and then it's to the landfill with you. Goodbye. So anything that we buy, that we sell to our buyers, is staying out of the landfill. This contributes to sustainability, which is a good word nowadays. We all want to be sustainable. I know that the trends and what is becoming more popular is to stay away from fast fashion. More and more people are shopping secondhand and buying used clothing and contributing to this sustainability and removing ourselves from fast fashion. And resellers are a huge part of that. Not only that, but there's a lot of resellers out there that are very creative that repurpose a lot of items. So if they get a piece of clothing or even a hard good that has some kind of flaw or damage that they can't sell it, they will repurpose that item into something new to sell it. So rather than throwing the jeans away, they cut the legs off and make shorts. Rather than throwing the shirt with the holes, they'll create more holes and sell it as art. They'll bleach things. They'll dye things. They'll add patches. They're repurposing items that otherwise would be thrown away and end up in the landfills and selling them to people who are happy to buy them and wear something unique and individual. Number 2. Money spent at the thrifts typically goes to charities. Now, I know you guys are going to come at me in the comments if I mention Goodwill and say that they're not really Goodwill, but we all know Salvation Army does do things for the community, and they do really help people. And a lot of the local thrift stores, wherever you live, often donate to specific places. There was a thrift in Florida I really liked that specifically donated to the domestic violence funds and shelters in that area. There are some thrifts that are specifically for children in need, some thrifts that are for animals. So if you go to your local thrifts, not like the huge chains, there's a lot of them that specifically donate their proceeds to specific charities. And so you can pick which ones you want to donate to and go shop there, and you know your money's going to a good place. Church sales, usually church sales put that money back into their church. Even if you're not a religious person, which I'm not, I am absolutely 100% okay with buying from a church, knowing that church is going to fund their activities and fund their fellowship and do good things. So the fact that we spend our money at places that the money will help the community and help charities and help churches and help schools, we're just doing our part. Number 3, we're kind of like personal shoppers, actually providing a service to our buyers. There are certain designers, brands, certain, even Plush, like Squishmallow is a really good example, that will release special edition Halloween plush, and these 3 are only available in California, and these 3 are only available in New York. And if we buy those and put them up for sale, the ones in New York, the people over here can have access to them. So there's a lot of instances when brands or stores will come out with limited edition items that are only available in certain regions, or something will sell out in a region. If, say, Michael's has a skeleton right now that's really, really popular in my book groups. It's a little skeleton that's sitting down holding his skull backwards, and the book is resting on his head. It's really cute if you like horror or thriller novels. It's all the rage in my Facebook book groups, and most of the Michaels across the country are already sold out. So if I want one, I would have to purchase it from someone somewhere else in the country that still has them available. That's for new items. So we can provide a service by purchasing items and putting them up for sale so they're available to folks who didn't have them in their region or who already sold out. Also, things get pulled. So if there's a certain Halloween plush at Walmart this year, or Christmas plush at Target that is no longer available, makeup goes unavailable. Certain skincare products, now that we're talking about that, and hair care products, they'll become unavailable in certain areas. But above and beyond that, just as far as used clothes goes, there are certain brands that you're going to find in thrifts in Beverly Hills that you're never going to find in a thrift store in Pittsburgh. There's brands that you're going to find in New York that you're never going to find in Illinois. Do you see what I'm saying? So depending on where you live, what's available in your thrift store is going to reflect your community, reflect where you live, what kind of things people buy, what kind of things people donate. So if someone lives in a certain region and likes the clothes from this region, they're clearly not going to be able to afford to fly a plane out there and go thrift and this and that. But they can go on eBay or onto Poshmark or onto Mercari and find a seller who lives there, who does thrift there, and lists those items for sale. So I feel like we're providing a service. We're finding items and brands that are unavailable to people in other parts of the country and making them available to them. Especially with clothes that have been discontinued. Mossimo is a good example. It's a Target brand that has a really loyal fan base. A lot of the styles of jeans aren't available anymore new in the store, and they never will be. And so folks will go online looking for them. Women in particular, when we find something that fits good, looks good, and makes us feel good about ourselves, we want 10 of them. And if they're no longer available, we have to buy used. But if I can't go to my thrift store and find 10 of the Mossimo boot cut in my size that I like, I have to go online. So we are actually providing a service. I like to think of myself as a personal shopper. That comes into play a lot of times with Plush as well. Other Plush sellers, you can attest. How many times have you received a note or a message from a buyer after they purchased a plush from you that you are a lifesaver? Their child lost this plush on vacation. They left it in a hotel room. They lost it at the babysitter's, and this is the replacement, and they weren't sleeping, and now they're so happy that they have their toy. Or this was a toy I had in my childhood. I'm 40 years now, but now I'm reunited with Barney the bear. We're providing a service, and we're just being personal shoppers. Number 4, we are contributing to our local economies. So every time I go out into my community and I shop at my thrifts, I am contributing to the economy here and the charities here, like I mentioned. But also, if I need gas, I got to go buy gas. So the gas attendant who has a job because people buy gas, he's there for that reason. If I have to do car repairs eventually, like everything adds up. Every time we go out into our community and shop, we are contributing to that economy and to that community. And there's thousands of us all over America doing this every day, contributing to our local communities. And when we ship, we're helping our local post offices. They do get credit when you ship from your post office or from your home, the zip code on there. Your local post office gets credit for how many packages go out, and they get funding from the federal government based on that. You're contributing to FedEx or USPS or UPS, whatever you're using. If you use the UPS services inside, say, like a Staples or other places that they offer the service, you're helping them. So everything that we do out there in the community is contributing to sustainability and economy and jobs. That leads me to number 5. We create jobs for others. Whether it's because some resellers grow so large that they employ others, which is great. If you have VAs or listers or people that come and do photos for you, or you have a warehouse with employees, you have created jobs in your community. You are now paying your employees to help them pay their bills and put food on their table and feed their kids. So you're creating jobs in your community. That is absolutely wonderful. But there's other jobs out there for resellers who don't have employees, like me and Keith. Everywhere we go requires somebody to be employed. People at the thrift store to stock the shelves, to go through those donations and put them on the shelf. People to check us out. If we do need gas, we need somebody at the gas station working. How many times do resellers stop to get a cold drink or for lunch? That's more money that you're putting into your community. That's more people who have jobs because we're out there having lunch once or twice a week when we're out thrifting. Everything that we're doing when we step outside of this house to go thrifting, every stop along the way, every purchase along the way, that is creating jobs for others. And it also goes back to number 4, which is contributing to our local economy. 4 and 5 really tie into each other. Number 6. This is a really good job for those of us that are disabled or have chronic illnesses or chronic pain. A lot of times people with disabilities or chronic illnesses of other types, even mental health, can't work outside of the home. But this is something that we can do. So this brings a sense of pride. This is something that we can still do. We can still contribute to our families. We can still contribute to the funds in our home, paying for those bills and the food. We can feel like we are doing something. Like for me, I can make this very personal. For years, I worked in the healthcare field and I helped people. And that gave me a sense of fulfillment. And I loved my job. When I got hurt, I very well could have just spiraled down into depression and felt useless and like I'm not helping anyone anymore. I'm not contributing anymore. And I'm just here, just doing nothing, existing. But I found reselling and I found something that I can be good at. This is something I can do. I have to do it on my own terms. I can't work this job like someone who isn't disabled can. I can't do all the things that an able-bodied person can, but gosh, I can do so much. There's so much I can still do, and I can feel good about myself, and I can feel successful, and I can build my own business, and I can find ways to make things work for me. I've got rolly chairs all over this office because I just roll things around all day. A lot of what I have managed to build for myself involves a lot of sitting. I buy a lot of wholesale so that I can sit in my office and take it easy. I take breaks when I need. Like I said, I can't work this business like someone who doesn't have an injury can. I can do it at my level and my ability, and it makes me feel so good about myself because I'm still giving to the world. This is just being a reseller. This is just being a reseller. This is just owning my own business. Yeah, it's not anywhere near the same as taking care of people. But all of these things I'm talking about with you today, all of these things that make us awesome, and the fact that I can build this for myself and I can work with my boyfriend every day and we can build a business and support ourselves. That's just so amazing. And I know a lot of other resellers who have just different disabilities or chronic illnesses or even mental health issues that feel the same way that I do. Without this, we'd be floundering. Like, what next? What do I do now? I'm useless. I'm worthless. And this gives us a sense of belonging, a sense of empowerment, a sense of actually just taking our life in our own hands and saying, hey, this might be something that happens to me. This might be my drawback, but it doesn't have to be. Number 7, reselling on a personal level for each family enables whoever's doing the reselling, whether it's one of you, both of you, if you're a single parent, if you have a full-time job and do this on the side, or you made this your full-time business. This allows you to supplement your family's income. So if you're doing it in addition to a full-time job, as a single parent, as a couple, however you're doing this, it's additional income. You're supplementing that family's income. So this is a really good way to create your own business as your full-time job, if that's what you want it to be or need it to be, if you're disabled, for instance. But it's also a really good way to supplement, to have a part-time gig, to have something on the side that maybe you're using to pay down debt, saving for your kids' college, helping with hospital bills if something, God forbid, happens to anybody in your home. What if something happens to your pet? Those aren't cheap either. But this allows families or individuals to supplement income to help with all of the things that life hands to us. This is why I don't understand why people get so mad at us. And we're going to talk about this a little bit down the list. But you know what? Anybody can do this. Anybody can resell. And it can be anything from a hobby to a part-time to just doing it to pay down that debt, save for vacation, pay off hospital bills, to a full-time job. And it's a really great way, I feel like, for families or individuals to create that little extra income they might need instead of going out and getting a second job. In a lot of instances, like I know a lot of single mom resellers who, without reselling, would work so much they probably wouldn't see their kids, but this enables them to have the income they need and still see their kids. So reselling can be a beautiful thing for so many different families, no matter what your family looks like or what your situation is. So the 8th one is about connecting with other resellers and building community. There are friendships and groups of people who come together, find each other through reselling, through this community, and build strong bonds and lifelong friendships. In fact, there's some people who have met through reselling who end up married. So it's a way to build community. It's a way to meet people. It's a way to build bonds and friendships and support people. And this is something you can bring to others that you know. If you know someone struggling to pay down debt or college bills or hospital bills, you can teach them how to resell. You can take them under your wing. And then you have a friend. There's local eBay groups. I run one here in Pittsburgh, but they're all over the country. There's local groups. There's online groups. There's events that happen all year, some virtual, some in person. It's just a really great community to be a part of. I love the reselling community. I have built lifelong friendships within this community. I've met people that have become really great friends, people I might even consider family. And that helps all of us. It helps us be healthy mentally. It's not good to be alone all the time. And I know that if you're not a reseller, you go to a job and you're there and you can say you're not alone, that we bring it upon ourselves by being resellers that we're lonely. But I don't remember ever working in the healthcare field or any job and forming bonds with people the way I have in the reselling community. My coworkers in the reselling community are supportive. They lift me up. They help me when I need it. They come to me when they need help. I just don't remember ever having those kind of relationships. And I have a lot of friends that came from the corporate world, which is a whole other story. That's like step on whoever you can to get to the top. And they just have horror stories of how their coworkers were. So this is a really good work environment once you get involved in the community, and you can really make a lot of great friends. But you can help friends outside of the community by helping them to learn how to do this if they need some extra income, or even offering to buy stuff off of them. Like, they're hurting for a little bit of money and they got a garage full of shit that you'd sell. Offer to buy it. Give them some money. Consign for them. So number 9, this is just like any other job that helps anyone that needs to pay their bills and put food in the fridge. So we are all entitled to any job we can find that we can do well. I think that's really important for me to repeat to you. We are all entitled to find any job that we can do and do well. So if this is something that you can do and you can do it well, do it. We live in a country that allows you to build your own business. The beautiful part of this country is that you can take a $10 bill to the bins and come home with 10 pounds of clothes and start a business with that. You can go clean out your own closet right now and start a business with that. Everyone is allowed to find a job. Everyone is allowed to take care of their family, pay their bills, and put food in the fridge, as long as you're doing it legally. One of the comments on Nathaniel's comment that I really liked, and it's unfortunate that he deleted his comments because all the other comments went with it. And I don't remember who said this, but if you're watching, thank you, because I really liked your comment. They basically responded with, reselling is just like any other job. You wouldn't not take another job because somebody else might need it. You wouldn't not take a job because it might help somebody else's kids. So I liked that comment so much because it made me think, if you were offered a job or a promotion out in the world, is anyone going to yell at you that you're taking food out of somebody else's kids' mouths, or some other low-income family might have benefited from that job because you took it? No, they're going to applaud you for finding a way to support your family or for getting that promotion. And it's the same thing. I don't understand why people don't applaud resellers for taking the initiative to build a business and have enough work ethic and work really hard to have something that helps us pay our bills. We're not taking anything from anybody. There's plenty of clothes. We've already talked about that in length in this video. There's plenty of clothes out there for everybody. There's plenty of clothes out there for people who need them and for other resellers. There's enough for everybody. There's enough for everybody in this world to have plenty, and for resellers to have plenty to sell. And so I don't think it is fair to look at us and go, oh, look, they built their own business. They're a bad person. Because you just took the job that maybe Johnny got turned down for, and he has 2 kids and he needs money too. It's the same exact thing. Listen, you don't need to be salty because you have a time clock and a boss. You can build your own business too. I just said you could take $10 to the bins, clean out your closet. This is a job that anyone can do. And this leads me to number 10. Do you know why we're really, really awesome? Because we took a risk and we started our own business. We started our own business in a free economy, and we built our own future. And we're taking care of business. We're paying our bills. We're eating. We're buying groceries. We're contributing to economy, to our community. We're taking care of our friends, our family, our pets, our loved ones, and we're doing what we need to do. And plus, did I mention we help the world? We keep stuff out of landfills. We help with sustainability. You guys, resellers, we are awesome. And don't ever let anybody tell you any different. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know down below. I'm really anxious to hear from everybody's about their thoughts and feelings on this topic. And go be productive, guys. Go run your business. Go run your business that you built because you're awesome. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.